Welcome back to the channel, guys. In our last video, you saw Jordan, Rad, and I get out the laser and trim all these studs one at a time. So our top plates for our first floor walls are perfectly flat and perfectly level. It's gonna make building the second story much easier. Now in this video, we're gonna start building all our interior walls, and we're gonna start right here with this one. Jordan's in the laundry room, I'm in a bedroom. This is the dividing wall. We got it laid out. We got it drilled for the pipes. We got it coated where we cut the wood. Now I'm gonna fire it in the slab on our chalk line. Man, I love this thing. Is that ever gonna get old? All right, guys, every stud on the first floor is custom cut. Well, we're not done yet. All these interior walls, they also have to be custom cut, but we don't need the laser. We're gonna go old school. This is an old trick. We're gonna use the chalk line. I'm gonna wrap it around here, come under the top plate. Jordan's gonna pull it across to go under his top plate. We'll get it nice and tight. And then all we gotta do, come down here, get a 10-foot stud, put it on our mark, bump it against the chalk line. It'll leave a mark. Then we simply cut it on that mark, bring it over here, toenail it. It's gonna go pretty quick. Brad's already laying out the second wall. We better hurry up. Let's go, Jordan.
Good.
That's all we need. All right, let's see how it works. We got a mark?
We do got a mark.
Nice.
Barely. Gotta put some more lipstick on there.
All I need is barely.
Look like that stud's first kiss. He was scared to go in.
You want me to test it?
Yeah.
How's that?
It's money.
Money.
Although that cut's not too square, so I don't know what you're doing, but.
UV factor's 10 right now.
Yeah.
We're roasting. All
All right.
cool.
All right, guys, last stud on this little wall here. Let's see how he did. Oh, man. And you know what the beauty about that is it's every single one. Look at that.
All right. Get it, Jordan.
Thanks, Brute.
Here you go.
Bingo.
All right, guys, last stud in the partition wall separating the half bath from the laundry. We got this pipe right behind our wall, so Rad is gonna only be shooting this way because we definitely didn't make that mistake over there, and we may or may not show you guys.
It's a tough angle.
Yep. Top plate.
Top plate. There you go.
All right. 2 walls in less than an hour.
Easy.
You want to get it plumb and toenail or?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got the walls built for our laundry room and our half bath over there. So now we're starting on the walls between our 2 bedrooms and our Jack and Jill bath in the middle. We already got our sill plates set down with a ram set. Absolutely loving that tool, saving us a ton of time. And these 2 sill plates are exactly the same. So we laid them out together, put them down together. Now let's build these walls together. All right, guys, these 2 walls are done. And after we finished those 2 walls, we posted our last video. And you guys posted a bunch of comments. So right now, I'm gonna do a little segment called Paul Responds to Comments. So, number 1, the window openings. Yes, we framed them on the ground, we stood the walls up. And so now, because the slab is not flat, our windows did this. Yeah, we're out over 100 feet, call it, but only 1.5 inches, 1 5/8. So in 6 feet of this window, for example, we're only out like a 1/16. So we have our stabila on there, and look at that. Hardly noticeable at all. So the window openings, no problem at all. Because we'll have a 1/4 inch gap around there, plenty of room to adjust. Now let's talk about the stud heights. So have you ever been to the home center and you wanted an 8-foot stud and you got home and you realize it's too short? Well, you've done what all of us have done. You picked up a pre-cut stud, and you know that we use pre-cut studs for our 10-foot walls. Pre-cut studs come for 8-foot ceilings, 9-foot ceilings, and 10-foot ceilings. So for an 8-foot ceiling, they are 92 5/8. 9-foot ceiling, 104 5/8. 10-foot ceiling, 116 5/8. So come over here on the ladder and let me show you why they are that number. So imagine that's our bottom plate, and we put our pre-cut stud on there, and then we add 2 top plates. So that 92 5/8 plus 4.5 is 97 1/8. An inch and an eighth bigger than an 8-foot ceiling. So that extra 1 1/8 inch, that allows you to put your drywall on the ceiling, whether it's 1/2 inch or 5/8. And now you have a 1/2 inch gap at the bottom for any irregularities in your slab. And we also had a bunch of comments about adding more top plates to gain our height back. But let me show you the problem with that. Follow me up the ladder. So we've got our single top plate up here already. Our plans call for a double top plate. The idea behind those is twofold, really. It's gonna lock these together. So this next top plate will lap over this joint and lock this wall together with this wall. And then of course we'll have a piece running over there towards Jordan's left. Now our floor joist, pretend that's a floor joist, it's gonna sit on here. And our drywall can screw here wherever these walls are perpendicular to our floor joist. But where walls are parallel to the floor joist, we gotta come back and put blocking in so we can screw the ceiling drywall here. So we've got 3 layers of 2x. If I start building this up to get my wall height back, you already know what's gonna happen, right? I got 5 layers of 1x2 to drill through for my plumber, my electrician, my internet guy, my HVAC guy, everybody else. And man, when they see this, they're simply gonna pack up their tools and leave. So we're gonna simply do that. So we only lost about 2.5 inches of our ceiling height, and we're gonna leave it there like at 9 foot, 9.5, 9 foot 10. Nobody's ever gonna know. So at the top of our walls, now we're gonna have a 16-inch tall floor truss with 1 1/8 inch X-Factor Advantech on top of it. So if I look over to the garage, I know that this floor on the house is gonna be about 8-10 inches taller than the floor in the garage where we need to tie into with our bridge. So by lowering our walls on the first floor of the main house by a couple inches, it does a couple things for us. Yeah, we got a perfectly flat floor now, but it also helps us over on the bridge connection going from the main house to the garage. This floor is gonna be a little taller than the garage floor, so we're simply gonna have a couple of steps in the garage. By lowering this floor, we end up with shorter steps, and that's a bonus for us. The other thing it does for us is the roof tie-ins. The original drawings show a roof over the bridge that ties in to the garage roof and the house roof, but now they're at different levels. We could do that, but it would be a huge mess. So instead, we want the roof of the bridge to tuck under the eave of the garage and under the eave on the house. So by lowering these walls a couple inches, it gives us a fighting chance of having better success with our bridge tie-in. Let's hop on down. I'm done answering your comments and frame up some bathroom walls. We're ready to frame this 2x6 wall behind the tub, behind the toilet, but first I gotta get this tub block out of the way. No shovels, just use my hands. It's pretty soft. Get all this dirt out and hopefully we can just pull this out.
Cool.
There we go. Now the trap is like 3 feet down, but they will have to chip some of this concrete out. Remember, it's only 4 inches thick. This should chip out really easily. We'll let the plumbers do that. Now we're ready to build our wall. Oh, that's good.
Nice cut. Just line it up for the pipes. Measure into the middle of the pipe. Kind of have to do it in the air because I don't want to get in that tar. Oh man, can't make that mistake again. Dang, Dad. I should have checked before I drilled. That's my bad. Nice, dude.
It's upside down.
Sure is. Nice. You want to cut the 2x6?
Put that black group on there.
Okay.
Put that stainless steel screen down.
All right, multi-tool or what?
Circular saw.
Okay. Here's to you, freehand guy. Good? Here, try and use these. Nice. Huh?
This one's terrible.
I'll just bring them over until you like them. We need more lumber.
For blocking for the, we'll go 3.5 for a 2x4, and then, so we can put a 2x4 here,
Yeah.
and then that'll be our first one.
Okay, cool.
And on this square, that's the 1.5 mark. Right
Cool.
there.
Perfect.
Sorry if I'm getting all sweaty.
Whew. 70% humidity. 91 degrees, feels like 95. Everything's wet.
Guys, y'all all know that we work in southeastern Texas, north of Houston, and it is brutally hot. We have plenty of water, plenty of ice to help keep us cool, but one thing that is key for us in our daily regimen of staying hydrated is Element. If you haven't heard of Element, this is it right here, and that's the flavor I'm drinking right now. It comes in a ton of cool flavors, and it is backed by a scientifically derived ratio of all the elements your body requires. 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. There's no sugars, no glutens, no dodgy ingredients, paleo, keto friendly, and vegan friendly. And to be totally honest with you guys, Jordan, Rad, and I each have about 1 to 2 of these a day because it's so hot here and we're trying to stay hydrated. But Element is not just for us who work outside or for athletes. It's great for you even if you work inside to stay hydrated and to give your body the elements that it requires. So as I mentioned, I'm drinking the citrus salt right now because it's the morning. I need a little citrus, but I usually reach for the watermelon or the raspberry, 2 of my favorites. So if you're having trouble deciding what's your favorite flavor, Element has an awesome deal going on right now. They're gonna send you this free pack of 8 different flavors so you can try them and pick your own and even share them with your salty friends. So guys, to get this 8-count pack of Element's most popular flavors, simply go to drinkelement.com/studpack. That's DRINKLMNT.com/studpack. Get your free sample pack with your very first order. Thanks again, Element, for keeping us hydrated and for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to work.
Getting 7 feet closer to the sun here, so. Come on, clouds. You good? Crown towards the tile or towards the drywall? That's the question. Crown out towards us. Yeah. All right, guys, 4 o'clock. Rain showed up just on time. Cloud cover and a little bit of sprinkles, beautiful, but it just needs to stay there, right, Dad?
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh! Oh, a lot of rain. Big drops. Oh! Is there anything left? What?
No.
Okay. I feel like I gotta get the metal stuff. Whoa! Whoa! Truck is what? You want me to close it? Huh? Oh crap. We were so close.
We were so close.
What the heck?
4 o'clock shower. Set your watch by it.
We'll just wait it out then.
Okay. All right, guys, we just got dumped on for half an hour by a storm that wasn't even on the radar, didn't even show up on the app. So we're back out here, and a couple of cool things we want to show you. Check this out. Look how well our Lexel and our seal sealer's working. So the water can't get out, right? That means air can't get in, and that's our goal.
Yeah, it's cool that we know it's working, but annoying now that we have to.
Yeah, now that we can play around in the water. So the other thing it's doing, this is what it would look like if we poured self-leveling underlayment in here. So let me walk over here, Jordan. So over there we got about 3/4 of an inch of the sill showing, and then over here a little bit more. So we know we're deeper with our self-leveling underlayment over there if we do that, but kind of cool that we can see where the low spots are, where the high spots. Like over there in the kitchen, it's bone dry already.
Right.
The slab's already drying because it's so hot. So before the rain hit, we were about to put the top plate on this wall. Let's hop back up there, get it nailed on before this storm comes back.
Try not to get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
It's all draining out the front door.
Let's go.
So much water. These studs are a lot wider than this top plate.
Okay.
It's all right though.
All right, guys, we're back at it the next day, and we're trying to stay ahead of all the deliveries and get all those deliveries planned so we're not waiting around doing nothing. So the very next delivery from Builder's First Source will be our floor trusses. They've been over here twice already. We got it all dialed in. We gave them the green light to go ahead and manufacture the floor trusses this morning. But there have been a few changes. I got the 3D drawing on my phone. Let me show you the first one. So the second floor right here, obviously it's sitting on these floor trusses, 16 inches tall. And originally those floor trusses went all the way to the front of the house. So then this roof over the first floor sits on top of those 16-inch floor trusses, which in my opinion would have thrown off the proportions of the front of the house. So this part, this roof right here on the first floor would have been raised up 16 inches. Now it's crowding the window, and now it's really interfering with everything else. So what we did, the floor trusses stop right here at this front wall. That's the bedroom wall. And then it switches to roof trusses right here. But those are special roof trusses. They're going to be called an attic truss or a storage truss. So when you walk out of, so when you're in Jordan's master closet, there'll be a door into the storeroom for the attic over the first floor, and that will be our mechanical room. Pretty cool. Can't wait to put those up.
Okay, this is...
So I got the 3D rendering pulled up on my phone. Let me show you a couple of the changes we made. We've got the floor trusses here for the second floor, and then roof trusses right here over the first floor dining room and that corner bedroom. So originally this floor truss went all the way to the front, and these roof trusses were sitting on top of that. So that kicked this roof up, and now it's obscuring our window, and it threw the proportions of the building totally off. So we came up with a way to lower this roof. We're going to switch from floor trusses here under the second floor, then transition to roof trusses. So the other thing is, we originally thought we would have 33-foot wide trusses, the width of our building, but the computer did not like that design. So the computer said, I'm going to give you all 2 trusses, one from this wall to the middle wall, and one from the middle wall to the wall over by the driveway.
Makes it lighter.
Absolutely. It's going to make it easier for us to manhandle those up in place. And then the other change, this is going to drive y'all crazy because it kind of drove me nuts, but I like it. We took a lot of time to line the studs up for that 33-foot long truss to lay on 16-inch centers. But the computer said all you need is 24-inch on center, and that's gonna be fine. Less trusses for us, and we're gonna have 1 1/8 inch Advantech X-Factor subflooring, so I'm not worried about the stiffness of the floor at all. So we gave them the green light to build the floor trusses, and we have one more wall to build. That's gonna hold up the cantilever trusses for our stair landing. I got it all laid out this morning. We're ready to go. I got a chalk line snapped on the slab. I got the same chalk line in the air because we got to do the same trick with our studs, right? We want everything to be perfect. We'll have 4 studs right here, a stud pack holding up the end of our beam, and it's going to be 3 LVLs all the way to this wall, sitting in a beam pocket right here. You ready, Jordan?
Do it.
Let's do it.
I like check up top, yeah, because that way the studs have more to.
Check up top, so we'll flip it and mark this side.
Cool. Are you questioning my eyesight? I should be careful when you're holding that. Careful what I say. Sure.
All right, gang, check it out. We got a whole way to the garage. Now it's time to put in this beam. So we got one top plate on here, got a scrap, put it up there, got the second top plate. Our LVLs are 9 5/8 tall. I measured all 3 of them. Came down from here, the top of the top plate, 9 5/8, made a mark. Now we'll measure from our sill plate to that mark, and that'll be the length of our 4 jacks that hold up this end of the beam, and I'm 106 1/4.
All right, gang, 1 stud pack, pat it out with 3/4, looks great. We'll come over here, rotate it 90. There's our other stud pack. Plenty of support for this beam. Just me and Dad today, so we're gonna take it back to our original stud pack and install some beams. Just me and him. There, let's go.
Dang, dude, that's cutting it close.
That is cutting it close. I like that.
Bought an 18-footer.
Saving money.
No wasted lumber.
All right, and so when we put that beam up here, Dad, I'm just gonna strap a 2x6 right here, so it just sits in there, and then we'll just remove this after. Yeah. It's a safety feature. You want the scaffold or the ladder?
The ladder. I got it.
Yeah. The heck? You just gotta believe in yourself, man. You good? Gotta come to me like a stud. Here, hold on. Nice. Perfect. All right, 2 more, it's easy. Easy. All right, gang, we are up here on top of the scaffolding. Here is our VersaLam beam that Dad and I just made. Good job, Dad. And we're just gonna screw the crap out of it. So I've got some 6 inchers here, and we are gonna go through the king stud. What do you like, 2?
Yeah.
Okay, get it at an angle and then. Bang. What we're doing is we're doing 2-foot spacing staggered. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. We did the same on the other side. So if I have 1 here, then on the other side, the screw's up here. And then 2 feet down, my screw on this side is gonna be up here. So on the other side, my screw's down here. So it's staggered, 2 feet. We think that's great. We got a system down. Can you sharpen that for me, please? Whew. Love it, thank you. And then to get our 2-foot spacing, we just cut this block. Makes it super easy. Line it up, mark it. And then Dad marked 2 inches and 7.5 inches. So those are my 2 screw locations. So I'm gonna go to the top, transfer my line, boom. And then 2 inches right there, that's my screw. Okay. Sixes are great. You want me to put 12 inches through there?
Well, that's all I got.
Dude, let me see that thing.
I don't even know why we have these.
Oh my gosh.
We bought them for something.
What the heck? Yeah, buddy. Man,
Got 3 of them.
kind of like it. Because the 6-inch only gives me like,
3.
no, less than that. I'm gonna run a 12 in there. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna go 1 here. Oh, yikes. It just stopped like gripping. I need something bigger.
That's it.
Okay. Well, hopefully there's still enough teeth on there that I can drive this thing.
Oh yeah.
Nice, Bluey. Buddy, that drill's hot. That's solid. Nice work. We got ourselves a beam.
All right, guys, the beam is finally up, and it's really giving us a sense of the space, the dining room, kitchen, and the awesome great room. In case you forgot what it's going to look like, here's a quick rendering. And there we go, guys. Got the first floor almost completely framed. We got a couple of little walls to build, but we'll put all that in the next video. But we're really excited to keep building up. We got our floor trusses on the way. We got the great room coming, 25-foot tall walls. And we got, of course, the second floor to frame with 9-foot walls. Really excited about the progress and really excited about how the Stud Pack Dream Home is turning out. So if you like the video, please smash that like button, but first, put a massive beam like that under it so you don't smash it through to your basement. Please subscribe. You can check us out on Instagram at StudPackOfficial. Get your merch at bucketbranding.com and check us out over on StudPack 2, our second channel. Thanks for all the support. We'll see you right back here on our very next Stud Pack video.